up with light. Between the stillness in my heart and the roar of the approaching night, somebody's calling after somebody. Somebody turns the corner out of sight, looking for somebody. Somewhere in the night, tender is the night when you hold your baby tight. Tender, tender are the motions, tender is the night. Between the life that we expected and the way it's always been, I can't walk back in again after the way we fight. Just outside, there are people laughing, living lives we used to lead, chasing down the love they need. Somewhere in the night, tender is the night, and the benediction of the neon light. Tender, tender are the hunters, tender is the night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this year's GVRSF Awards ceremony. This year is our 2021 virtual ceremony for the first time ever. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I would like to welcome you all and thank you for participating in that fun little activity we had. We'll get a chance to take a look at it in a little bit as well. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Emily Gupsky, and today I'm going to be your host for the awards ceremony. I'm currently a first-year medical student at UBC, and I did my undergraduate also here at UBC, studying computer science and microbiology, and I am crazy about science fairs. Ever since I was in your guys' shoes, I did every science fair under the sun. I did virtual ones, I did in-person ones, regional fairs, Canada-wide fairs, and I also participated as a student at the Canada-wide Fair in 2015 and 2017. I am so excited for all of you to be here, and I have been on this planning committee for the past couple of years now as just a way to continue my involvement with science fairs, because I know how much of a big deal they were in my life. So I know that usually we would be on campus. However, for where we are now, I think it's still important to make sure that we acknowledge the land that we are on. I am on the UBC campus right now, and so I'm speaking to you guys from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Hunkaminam-speaking Musqueam people. However, that may not be the case for you. And so I think that it is important that everybody take a chance out of their day at some point to take a look at this link or maybe another resource that you know of, and really try to identify where it is that you are and understand the relationship that you have with your land. Alrighty, so a couple housekeeping things before we move on into the show. This ceremony is streamed live through Facebook and YouTube. So the couple things here is that if your family are searching frantically to look for it, direct them here. I'm sure they can figure it out. What that does mean is that there is a delay between when I say something and when you hear it on Facebook and when everybody else hears it on YouTube. So there is a little bit of a delay, which means that if something is going wrong and you do put a message in the chat, it's going to take a little bit of time for me to hear it. That's just the way that it is, and we're going to work around it. That being said, I am hoping to include a lot of participation from the group today. So what I'm going to be doing throughout this process is I'll be introducing a couple of questions and activities, and then I hope to get answers in the chat. Kind of the same way that we did that Slido earlier on, I'm hoping to get a couple of those types of answers throughout the chat as well to help us really build that community and really help us understand each other and really feel like we're still in person in a real ceremony, which it is. That being said as well, I want to take a look at those results that we just looked at for the Slido. These were so great to see. Thank you all so much for participating, for everybody who engaged. I definitely agree. I think that the science fairs are extremely fun, and they are definitely a lot of hard work. And I am really glad to see that some of the most key words here are things like exploration, interesting, learning, awesome, knowledge, and challenge. I think that those are all really amazing words. And just the fact that you guys are seeing those today makes me feel like all our work is for something. Like we're putting in a lot of effort, and you guys are getting something out of the science fair, which I'm so excited to see. So let's head back to our presentation. Alrighty, so last thing on our housekeeping is that I do want you guys to support each other. So if somebody you see is popping up on the awards page and you know them and they're in your class, I want you to encourage them. I want you to write comments that tell them that they are appreciated and loved, and you're so excited to see that their successes and the work that they've put in is being recognized. So that's also something that I would like to say. And then lastly is that posting, if you choose to, is encouraged, and we do have a hashtag that you may use at your own discretion. Live your best life. All right. So congratulations, you've made it this far. You've put in so much work and you've fought so hard to get to this point. This year has been full of so many challenges, and last year as well, and it's been a turbulent time for everybody. I really hope that in the coming year we only see precedented times, but for now we have to work with what we've got. I do really hope, though, that despite the fact that we are meeting in an online way and that the fair was conducted in an online way, you were still able to get as much out of it as you could in an in-person fair. You still put in a lot of the work. You still put together amazing projects. You presented them and you learned, and that is all we can really hope that you guys can get out of this experience. It's amazing and it's incredible, and I really hope that it was just as useful here. That being said, while you guys did put a lot of work into it, there was a lot of work that went in on the other side of the fair from our side. The committee that works with you guys in order to put together this fair is huge and has worked tirelessly. They've put in hours and hours of work in order to make this run smoothly. The fact that we've made it to this point in the fair is incredible. The hundreds of judges that were mobilized, the hundreds of students and student meetings that were scheduled, the project board setup, from the website, from the social media platforms, everything has been crazy and has been working like clockwork, and the way that it's been put together has been so impressive, and I am so excited to be a part of this team that has worked so hard. So please make sure to thank them for us if you can. Put a thank in the chat, whatever you think. It's very, very difficult work, and I'm really glad that all of us here have put in the time this year to really get to where we are now. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is, before we get into all of the fun stuff, this is also fun, but before we get into all of the awards, which I know is why you guys are truly here, we have a couple messages from people on the planning committee from GVRSF and Science Fair BC. And so first, I would like to pass on the microphone to Ketty Nash, the chair of the Greater Vancouver Regional Science Fair, who has had the tremendous responsibility of carrying forward our first ever virtual fair. So I'm going to put him on now.
Hello, I'm Kevin Nash. I'm the chair of the Greater Vancouver Regional Science Fair Committee. On March 13th, 2020, we made the difficult decision to cancel the Greater Vancouver Regional Science Fair based on the recommendation of the Provincial Medical Health Office. This decision was difficult as our committee of volunteers had invested countless hours into the planning of the fair, but primarily because our students lost the opportunity to showcase their work, receive feedback from judges, and compete for scholarships and prizes. As we are a volunteer organization, we were able to refund all the registration fees to students and schools, and we were grateful that our sponsors agreed to carry forward their sponsorship dollars. We anticipated a return to normal for 2021, but this was not to be. In January of this year, our committee decided to proceed with a virtual fair for 2021. We didn't know how this would be done, but we were determined to provide a virtual science fair experience that would rival the standard in-person fair, and that this experience would be open to both the new 2021 projects and those students from 2020 who had qualified for the fair. The hard work and perseverance of students, teachers, and parents is clear when reviewing the online project displays. Overcoming the challenges of COVID restrictions is a testament to the human spirit. I congratulate and thank each student, parent, teacher, and mentor who is involved in this process. A list of the projects is posted on our website with a link to their online display using Project Board. I thank Youth Science Canada for assisting our region and every region in Canada by partnering with engineering.com to allow the use of the Project Board resource. Our judging team was resourceful in identifying a platform for the judging to allow a virtual face-to-face experience that rivals the in-person experience. After preliminary judging based on the Project Board displays, close to 200 judges volunteered 4 afternoons and evenings of their time for these virtual judging sessions. I've seen how this process has been attempted in other science fairs, and the Greater Vancouver region has set a standard that exceeds anything that has been done before, and I believe this process will be duplicated by other fairs in the coming months. This has been possible with the continuing support of our many sponsors. Our top-level partners are the University of British Columbia Faculty of Science, the Science Fair Foundation of British Columbia, and the H.R. MacMillan Space Centre. Our gold-level sponsors are Lightbox Technology and Photon Control. Our silver-level sponsors are Stem Cell Technologies and Amgen, and our bronze-level sponsors are BC Hydro, the National Science and Engineering Research Council, and Acuitas. Many other organizations provide support as friends and award sponsors. A full listing of these sponsors is available on our website, gvrsf.ca, and I ask that you visit the website and familiarize yourself with the organizations that have made this endeavor possible. Last but not least, I want to thank our committee. Everyone involved in organizing the Greater Vancouver Regional Science Fair is a volunteer. Nobody organizes the fair as part of their job, and none of us receive payment for our time. All of us take time from our families and friends to make this possible. Please visit our website to see the names of those people who made this possible, and if you know any of them, please thank them personally. And while you're at our website, there's a link at the bottom of each page to make a donation to the Greater Vancouver Regional Science Fair Society. We are a registered charity, so your online donation will result in a tax receipt arriving in your mailbox within minutes of your donation. Enough from me. Let's get on with the awards.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Kenny, for those words. I do apologize for the discrepancy in sound. The video is just much more quiet, so you might have to be adjusting your volume a little bit today. Before we keep going to our next address, I do want to pose our first activity question. So first of all, for those of you who are graduating, what do you have lined up for the next year? Are you going off to school, virtual school? Are you taking a year off? Are you pursuing something else? Let us know. Send us a message in the chat, either on YouTube or on Facebook. I'm really interested in seeing what it is. And for those of you who aren't graduating just yet, what do you want to do when you graduate? Do you have any plans yet? I know it's early, but give us your biggest dreams. Alrighty, so next we'll hear a little address from Madeline, the Executive Director at the Science Fair Foundation, BC. So I'm just going to set up Madeline here.
Good evening. I'm Madeline with the Science Fair Foundation, BC. The Science Fair Foundation supports regional science fairs all across BC and the Yukon. We're so happy that this year all 13 of our regions were able to pivot quickly and host their fairs online. So we'd really like to thank all of the participants who participated in this new platform and completed a science fair, all of the judges who volunteered their time to review the projects, all of the parents and educators who were working behind the scenes to support the project, and last but definitely not least, the volunteer committee who brought this all together so we could participate in the science fairs today or over the last few weeks. Thank you to everyone. We really appreciate all of your support. Next, I'd like to invite you all to participate in some of the other programs we have going on. So as of tomorrow, April 15th, we are launching the Sweatin' for Science campaign. So over the next 6 weeks, we'll be logging our activities and fundraising for science fairs of the future. We welcome anyone and everyone, so gather your friends and family. It's a great way of bringing people together while we have to stay apart. So check out more information on our website at sciencefairs.ca. You will also be able to find there more information about the Youth Innovation Showcase. The registration for this is closing soon, but if you have an innovation project, we'd love for you to join us. It's a pitch competition where you can pitch your idea, your innovation, to industry experts for a chance to win one of 3 $5,000 prizes. So again, we really encourage you to check that out at www.sciencefairs.ca. Best of luck to everyone tonight. We wish you all the best, and we hope to see you at the Science Fair next year. Take care.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Madeline. I'm going to get our presentation set up here as well. All right. Oh. Okay. Next, what we're going to see is we're going to get a little bit of a breakdown of who we have here today with us. So let's take a look. This year we had quite a turnout actually, and I was definitely very impressed. We had 38 schools and we had 2 homeschooled projects, as well as 150 students, of whom you can see the breakdown in the chart right there. We had 122 projects and 235 judges. Quite a feat. And again, I'm so impressed with our committee to be able to organize and pull this all together in such an unstable environment of whatever this year has been. But I'm so glad that we were able to get it, because here we all are today, finally celebrating your guys' achievements. So our next speaker is somebody very, very interesting. But before then, I will ask for another little activity. So what is your favorite meteorological phenomenon? I promise it'll make sense as to why I'm asking. Mine, personally, I really enjoy hail. It's just the fact that you have such perfectly shaped, consistent structures of ice fall from the sky. Incredible. What is your favorite meteorological phenomenon? And the reason I ask is because our next speaker is none other than Joanna Wagstaff. She is the network meteorologist and science host at CBC Vancouver and CBC News. And so she is here today to talk to us a little bit and to give us a little bit of a taste of what she does and to really congratulate you guys on the work that you have done. So I'm going to pass it over to Joanna.
Hello, scientists. I'm meteorologist and science reporter Johanna Wagstaff for the CBC here in British Columbia. First of all, congratulations to everyone who is taking part in a 2021 science fair across BC and Yukon. It is going to look a little differently this year. I'm working from home myself. As you can see, at any moment, a large dog may burst through the scene. But I'm so glad that you have all found a way to still be curious and ask questions about the world around you. I hope that many of you will consider continuing on a science path. I think that science is the best field to get into right now. There is not a more exciting place to combine two different interests. Are you interested in video games and math? Maybe music and physics? More than any other field, you can combine interests to create your dream job. And I really hope that I get to work with or even for some of you down the road. Best of luck at your science fair, no matter what place you come in. I know this sounds kind of cheesy, but you are seriously all winners. Best of luck to everyone.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I think that now that we have our first speaker helping us kick us off, she made some excellent points, and I really want to echo that we are about to get into awards, but that's not what this is about. The science fair isn't about getting awards. It's about the experience and the learning that you've had that got you to this point. The fact that you guys all made it here today and have made it this far is impeccable. You guys have all researched and poured work into projects that have taught you so much about both the topic itself and the process of learning. And for that, I think that we should all be very, very proud. So I just want to echo one more time that whatever happens after this point does not define who you are. It does not define where you're at. And you just need to be able to understand that you guys are all very, very incredible. Alrighty, so that being said, is everybody ready to get to awards? I am going to point out, I did see that somebody else also really likes hail, so thank you. I enjoy being validated in that way. So if other people would like to tell me their favorite meteorological phenomenons, please let me know. Alrighty, so as we get into awards, a couple things. First and foremost, please support your friends and family. If you see somebody's name, feel free to encourage them, congratulate them in the chat. We're so excited to see it. It brings me so much joy reading those kinds of comments. And then second, and just some more housekeeping, is that while usually I would stand up here and I would hand you, or you would go and see one of our lovely representatives and they would hand you a trophy and a certificate. Unfortunately, we can't do that. I can't have you barging into my house and taking trophies. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to deliver the trophies to your school. So I promise that you will get them. They will be at your school. Everything will be set up for you. So don't worry about being left out of that. So that's where we're at, and we're going to get set up. So I'm just going to switch over to our awards presentation. So initially what we're going to do is we're going to start with our divisional awards. And the first category is honorable mention. The way that this is going to work is that we're going to cover junior, intermediate, and senior for all of our award chunks in a set. And then that way everybody gets involved throughout the process and everybody stays together and there isn't like a junior presentation and a senior presentation. All right, so let's get started. So for our honorable mentions, we have A Hidden Safe Project by Amrus Koza. We have Thirsty for a Solution, Milo Rafael Hamar. The Power of Knowledge, How a Daily Prompt Can Reduce Carbon Dioxide Emissions by Ruby Boyd. Are You Wearing a Defective Mask? Kyle Gu and Adrian Lee. Demonstrating Thermoelectricity Using Candles and Peltier Tiles. Lucas Venuguapal and Benjamin Jung. Using Daphnia to Identify the Least Harmful Fertilizers by Annabelle Lang. Scrambled Pangolin by Kara Rudolph. Villa Milk by Yolanda Tan and Lucas Jung. And Does the Temperature of a Basketball Affect the Way it Bounces? Evan Penna. The electroregulator utilizing electroregulation flotation to combat harmful algal blooms by Mark Pan and Mihailo Misic. And the effects of different pH levels on reverse spherification by Nimrita Bogle and Ilian Hu. And Smart Computer Stand by Braden Wang. Is the sound right for sound learning? A study on classroom noise by Gaia Fernelli. Developing an algorithm to screen if a person is feverish due to a disease like COVID-19. Zilang Ma. A secure mask seal, a novel solution for the systemic prevention of particulate bypassing masks by Kevin Wang. Using histograms of electromyography signals to detect essential tremor by Athena Kai. A Tale of Two Houses, Huxley Bragg. Using a renewable iron cycle in lunar and Mars habitats by Pelhong Zhao and Magic Air Filter, Rachel Leung and Devraj Chakraborty. Thank you so much all, and congratulations on your honorable mention. I do want to apologize in advance for any names that I mispronounce. The slides are going very quickly, and I promise I'm trying my best. If I do mispronounce it, feel free to correct me, and I will go in and confirm. I'm also loving the support in the chat. Thank you all so much for commenting and for encouraging your fellow participants. Alrighty, so next we're going to move on to bronze divisionals. So let's see who we have next. We have Memorizing Numbers by Sophia Kalpatis. We have Do You Need a Seismic Upgrade by Bella Wang. Audio Math by Kaida Okamura. Designing Buildings for Earthquake Resistance by Matthew Jang. Bandagel, a phytochemical-based liquid bandage by Pari Goyal. Mood and Anxiety During the COVID-19 Pandemic, based on location and local number of cases by Nathaniel Tharm. How much does the student population of a school affect the spread of COVID-19 within that school by Amanda Yang. Optimal puck sliding temperatures by Maya Schultz. DNA preservation in epoxy resin by Selena Du. Golf balls versus distance, or drop versus distance by Ayan Jiraj. I'm gonna take a look for our chat. Oh, you guys are doing so great. A deep learning AI framework to diagnose acute lymphoblastic leukemia by Victoria Chong. Oh, I can do it. L'eutrophisation, les algues dans la présence du phosphate de monoammonium et du nitrate d'ammonium by Brett Caswell. I've been practicing my French specifically for this moment. The Jump Code, the Key to Dynamic Computing by Abraham Hussein. Waterborne, partially cross-linked polyurethane as textile auxiliaries by William Zhang. Thank you all so much and congratulations on your bronze medal. Once again, medals will also be distributed to your school, so you will get a chance to hold on to them and really feel like you deserve them and earn them. You guys are incredible. Alrighty, and now moving on to our silver category, I'm going to keep going. Effect of the time of recollection in minutes on the accuracy of eyewitness testimony in a fourth-degree burglary by Rhea Sunderji. So sorry. Learning environment, the effect of teaching methods on learning by Oliver Burton. Vancouver stream health and salmon populations by Margot Helwell. Does the shape of a ship's bow affect its speed in the water? And let's find out. By Liam Fernandez. The New Road Standard, Predicting and Preventing Your Next Crash by Shirley Yu. Wax Stick by Edwin Liu and Patrick Hun. Can UV light help us reuse masks? Stephanie Tamke. Exploiting hydrotropism and hydropatterning in a wheat plants to boost production or to boost growth by Aaron Zhao. Cities Dust Net, 6 BC Pinophyta coniferous dust retention ability and impact on photosynthesis productivity by Herong or Alina Zhang. And Let's Amass Some Gas by Ashiki Shukur and Candice Wong. I like that title. That's fun. Using artificial intelligence to maximize the efficiency of cloudy day solar reflectors by Amy Lee. Alrighty, congratulations all on your silver medals. I'm just going to take a look at our chat, and I'm so excited to see all of the support. Also, thank you for the support for my French. Merci beaucoup. Je sais. I'm trying really hard. Alrighty, congratulations to our silver winners, and let's move on to our gold winners. Alrighty. Motion DX. Creating an effective and affordable smart pill bottle by Tara Zan. A comparison of two health assessment methods for prunus caesarifa or atropurpurea. There we go. We got there in the end. By Jonathan Leung. Caro Shield, a physical distancing evaluator of the visually impaired. Jing Quan Peng. A Novel Approach to Decomposing Polystyrene by Veronica Guo. Passive Solar Heating. Ancient Civilization Used It. We Can Do It Too by Carson Dalkeith. Synthesize Energy from Recycled Aluminum Beverage Cans by Viduni Shirwadana. There we go. Do Compostable Bags Live Up to Their Name by Matthew Moy. Biocar Then and Now, Alexa Foster. Wave Energy, Ethan Chase. Coagulation of polyethylene terephthalate, or PET, microplastics. Which coagulant works best? Maya Honda Granurer. Characteristics, Generation of Canadian PV Arrays by Machine Learning by Justin Du. A DIY quadruped robot with rough terrain traversal by Henry Zhao. And a tree vault by Gabby Lee. The Stability and Flight Trajectory of Badminton Shuttlecocks by Darren Wang. Battling oxidative stress, the effects of nano-antioxidants on Saccharomyces cerevisiae response to oxidizing agent exposure. Catherine Diakonov and Lord that's the school. Never mind. Catherine Diakonov. Pollen GPS 3, a novel airborne pollen monitoring system. Wendy Fang. I bet those with allergies would really, really appreciate that. Spinal Solution, developing an electronic device to detect cerebrospinal fluid in the emergency room by Ethan Chan. A novel approach to biofriendly microplastic extraction with ascidians by Yutong Lee and Rowan Ross. And that, my friends, were the divisional awards. Congratulations to all of those who scored within those categories. Congratulations, you guys put so much work in, and I'm so proud of all of you. Those projects sounded incredible, and the ones that I did get to take a look at were also so impressive. I personally am very, very filled with pride upon reading projects such as these. It makes me so happy that the next generation and you guys, the group of our next scientists, is already working on such impressive things. I would like to apologize once again for any names that I have a hard time pronouncing. I understand I also have a difficult long last name. Gupskaya is not generally the easiest to read, but thank you all so much for your patience with me. Alrighty, so we did look at our divisional awards. Next, we have one more speaker lined up for you guys. Don't worry, we have plenty more. We won't run out just yet. So this speaker right here is Dr. Santa Ono, and he's the president of UBC. If you hang around the UBC campus or have any siblings at UBC, you probably know about Santa Ono. He is the president. He is very vocal on campus. He makes sure that student needs are being met, and everybody knows his characteristic bow tie. So I'll let him take it away to congratulate everybody.
Hi, I'm Santa Ono, president of the University of British Columbia. I'd like to thank all of the students who participated in the Greater Vancouver Regional Science Fair. I love science myself, and I know how much effort you've put into your projects and the extra challenges that you've had to face because of COVID. Students just like yourselves will grow up to be the scientists, the researchers, and the doctors of the future. You will be the ones who will help solve the world's problems and create a better future for all of us. Hopefully next year we can meet in person. Until then, best wishes and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanaono, for that amazing address. I do think that a lot of you will probably run into him if you choose to pursue your schooling at UBC. And it is always such a great pleasure. He always has such amazing things to say and was also trained in our basic sciences. I'm personally proud because he also studied microbiology and immunology, but that's just a me thing. Alrighty, so before I start the senior category, or not the intermediate senior category, but our special awards, I would like to throw another question out there. I do really love all of this support in the chat. Congratulations, everybody. I love all of that encouragement. But my next question is, what was your favorite quarantine hobby? And that's just alluding to our next speaker. Keep you in the mystery. Alrighty, so next we have our special awards. So I'm just gonna get all of my tools set up here to make sure that I am ready to not give anything super secret away yet, but to be ready to support and encourage everybody. Alrighty, so our first award here is the American Industrial Hygiene Association Award. This award is sponsored by the American Industrial Hygiene Association and is to be awarded to the project that best demonstrates the principles of industrial hygiene as it relates to protecting the health and safety of the community. The prize for this one as well is $100 cash. Alrighty, so congratulations to Can UV Light Help Us Reuse Masks by Stephanie Tamke. Alrighty, keeping going. Our next award is the AI Appleton Award. This one is sponsored by WorkSafe BC, and it is to be awarded to the best project demonstrating the principles of occupational hygiene. Also, $100 cash. And congratulations to Ava Burra for her project on the effectiveness of masks in the prevention of spreading germs. Very on topic this year. All right, our next award is the Aquatic Information's Water Award. This right here is to be awarded to an outstanding project based on feasibility, sustainability, and the impact on the water systems in question. And this comes with a, wow, $1,500 scholarship. So congratulations in advance to the winners. I'm just keeping an eye. I love the support in the chat. Keep it coming, everybody. And this award goes to Natasha Poon and Amy Tang for Is Your Sunscreen Killing Coral Reefs? I sure hope not. I'm scared about that one. Alrighty, the next award we have is the BC Agriculture in the Classroom Foundation Award. This one is to be awarded to an outstanding project that shows the practical application of scientific principles to agriculture. This one comes with a $65 cash prize. And our prize goes to Alexa Foster for BioCard Then and Now. All right. Getting ready for our next one. It's the BC Game Developers Innovation Award. This one is sponsored by BC Game Developers, and it is to be awarded to the students whose project demonstrates creativity, innovation in computer science, mathematics, engineering, or astronomy. This award encourages the participation of women, First Nations, and others traditionally underrepresented in STEM fields. This one comes with a $50 cash prize, and it goes to Kaida Okamura for audio math. Congratulations. Okay, the next one we have lined up for you guys is the BC Greenhouse Growers Association Award. This one is sponsored by the BC Growers Association, and it is to be awarded to an outstanding project that demonstrates creative use of advanced science and technology to enhance vegetable plant productivity and quality in the areas of biological pest control, irrigation, nutrition, growing media, climate control, and mechanics. All pretty hot topics these days. The winner of this award is awarded with a $75 cash prize. And who does the prize go to today? It goes to Aaron Zhao for exploiting hydrotropism and hydropatterning in wheat plants to boost growth. Congratulations. So our next prize here is the BC Hydro Power Pioneers Award. And this one is sponsored by BC Hydro. And it goes to a student or students who created a project which creatively demonstrates electrical conservation and its environmental, social, and economic impacts. This one comes with a certificate and a $100 cash prize. Who is the lucky winner here? very competent winner is Jet Wu for electric defections. Alrighty, so our next award here is the BC Nature Award. This one has a junior and an intermediate and senior category. So it is sponsored by the Federation of BC Naturalists, and it is to be awarded to the best project that studies natural history, conservation of natural habitats, and or natural species. And outdoor nature monitoring or conservation project is strongly encouraged. Alrighty, so who do we think this is going to go to? Any guesses? Oh, I don't see any guesses. Alrighty, we have our junior and our intermediate and senior, and both come with a $75 cash prize. Can we stop? Okay. Alrighty, it goes to Jonathan Lee Young for a comparison of 2 health assessment methods of Prunus ceracifera, or Autropurpurea. I promise I'll learn that word one day. So that is our junior category. Congratulations. And then for our intermediate and senior award, it goes to Is Your Sunscreen Killing Coral Reefs by Natasha Poon and Amy Tang. Alrighty. I promise you guys I am reading your chat. I really appreciate being able to see what everybody's chatting about. A little bit great. Love it. Huge fan. Alrighty. So next, our award goes to the BC Science Teachers Association Award. This one is sponsored by BC Science Teacher Association, and it is to be awarded to a student from grade 7 or 8 for an experimental project in any category that has clearly presented a hypothesis and independent controlled variables. This prize comes with $100 cash and goes to Veronica Guo for a novel approach to decomposing polystyrene. Congratulations. Alrighty, so our next award here is the Canadian Meteorological and Oceanographic Society Award. This is where our favorite meteorological hypothesis comes in, or phenomenon comes in. This is sponsored by the Canadian Meteorological and Oceanographic Society, and the description is that this award will be given to the best science fair project to apply scientific principles to a problem from atmospheric or oceanic sciences or a related environmental discipline. This award comes with $300 cash and is awarded to Maya Honda Granier for her coagulation of polyethylene terphthalate, or PET, microplastics. Which coagulant works best? All right, moving on to our next award, we have the David Loarn Award. This one is sponsored by GVRSF and is awarded to a project that incorporates new technology into the design, implementation, or presentation of the work. And this award is a trophy. This trophy is offered to or presented to Pari Goyal for Bandagel, a phytochemical-based liquid bandage. Congratulations. This trophy will be delivered to your school, worry not. Alrighty, next up we have our Engineers and Geoscientists BC Award. This is sponsored by Engineers and Geoscientists of BC, and the description is that it is to be awarded to outstanding engineering projects. So we have a junior, an intermediate, and a senior category. Let's go for our first ones. The junior and our intermediate are presented with $75 cash, and our senior category presents with $100 cash. So for our junior category, we have Carson Dalkey for passive solar heating. Ancient civilization used it. We can too. Our intermediate award goes to Justin Dew for characteristics, generation of Canadian PV arrays, and machine learning. And our senior award goes to, oh, I lost it, 1 second. Goes to Wendy Fang for Pollen GPS-3, a novel airborne pollen monitoring system. All right, our next special award goes to, or is, the Engineers and Geoscientists BC Trophy. So this is their overall trophy, and it is presented today to Carson Dalkey for passive solar heating. Ancient civilizations used it, and we can do it too. All right, next up we have the Genome British Columbia Award. This one is sponsored by Genome BC, and it is presented to be awarded to 2 projects dealing with a topic of genomic interest, and students in all grades are eligible. We have winners presented with $100 cash and a certificate. So our first one here is Sophia Yang for a novel study on the link between negative thinking and TP53 mutated carcinogenesis. And we have one more project, and it is by Selena Du for DNA preservation in epoxy resin. Alrighty, next up for our awards, we have the Genome BC Scholarship and Award nomination. So this one is presented and sponsored by the Genome BC group, and it is to be awarded to a grade 11 or grade 12 student who has developed a science and technology project focused on areas of strategic importance, such as human health, forestry, fisheries, agriculture, bioenergy, mining, and the environment. The winner must pursue a science degree and will be required to submit proof of enrollment. So this here is a $1,000 scholarship, and it is presented today to Catherine Diakonoff. Congratulations for battling oxidative stress, the effect of nano-antioxidants on Saccharomyces cerevisiae response to oxidizing agent exposures. See, I'll get there in the end. Our next award to present is the Greater Vancouver Mining Women's Association Award. This is sponsored by the Greater Women Mining Association, and it is to be awarded to a junior, intermediate, or senior project that relates to the minerals industry. And so this year we have Perry Hong Zhu for using a renewable iron cycle in lunar and Mars habitats. Very interesting. Alrighty, our next project award goes to In Ink Scientific Writing Award, and this is sponsored by In Ink Scientific Writing. It is to be awarded to a student in any age category whose written work, paper or poster, most effectively communicates what research was done and why the work is important. This one is associated with $100 cash. Oh, I hear that Facebook is frozen. Oh no. We will be taking one quick second to troubleshoot and see what's going on. In the event that you guys cannot see the Facebook, please hop over to the YouTube GVRSF stream as well, as I do see that a couple people are there. We will take just a quick moment to troubleshoot. Ta-da. Yeah, unfortunately, the Facebook has logged us out. I will be getting somebody to send over a link for the YouTube that I will then post, and then everybody will be able to hop in there and watch from the YouTube, and hopefully the Facebook stream can be resolved soon. Alrighty, moving on with our award ceremony. Our In Ink Scientific Writing Award this year goes to, this one is presented with $100 cash, Jonathan Leung, a comparison of two health assessment methods for Prunus sericifera or Autropurpurea. I'm gonna get it, I promise. By the end, it's gonna happen. Alrighty, people are so supportive in the chat. I'm so excited. Congratulations, everybody, on your awards. Thank you so much for being so supportive. I love this. The support in the chat is bringing me a lot of joy, you guys. Alrighty, so next up we have the Michael Crooks Physics Prize. This is sponsored by British Columbia Association of Physics Teachers, and it is to be awarded to a student in grades 6 or 12 who has done an outstanding physics-related project. This is a $75 cash prize, and this time it goes to Justin Fan for 1941 to 1961 CMBR measurement. I have now gotten, or I'm getting, a YouTube link, and we'll be posting that soon. Alrighty. Okay, so moving on for our awards, we have the Neil Towers Award for Plant Biology, the UBC Botany Department. This is sponsored by the UBC Department of Botany, and it is to be awarded to the best plant biology-related project submitted by a student in grades 7 to 12. And projects may be observational or experimental, and all fields of plant biology will be considered. And so this year's winner also associates with $100 cash, and this year it is Gabby Lee for Tree Vault. Congratulations. Amazing. All right. Moving on, we have our Ocean-Wise Marine Stewardship. I'm just going to check on our YouTube link. Still working on it, but we will get there soon. Oh, here is our YouTube link. All righty. Oh, I don't want to be opening it. I want to give it to you guys. So, our YouTube link will also be put in a caption at the bottom. If you search, that's unfortunate. If you search GVRSF on YouTube, you will be able to see it. Oh, has it all? Oh, we're still good. Alrighty. So go to GVRSF on YouTube and you will be able to continue watching for those who it freezed out of Facebook. Really hoping to be able to solve that. I'll just have somebody as well, if they could pop that YouTube link in that Facebook. Thank you so much for posting the YouTube link. Amazing. The YouTube link was posted. On Facebook, there is a YouTube link that will take you to the YouTube live stream to continue the award ceremony there. Alrighty, so next we have our OceanWise Marine Stewardship Award for OceanWise. It is sponsored by OceanWise and it is to be awarded to the most exceptional project related to marine science. And marine science can include biology, conservation, ecology, chemistry, oceanography, and other related disciplines. So this year, it comes with a behind-the-scenes experience with OceanWise. So guess you'll have to find out what that is. And it is awarded to a junior and a senior category. For junior, we have, Elizabeth Day for cleaning up oil spins with disposable masks. That's amazing considering we have so many of those these days. And for our senior category, we have Namuna Monk Orgil and Sydney Kagetsu. Congratulations for your sustainable seaweed project. Alrighty, those will also be reached out to your school and provided, so you will all be set up. Next up, we have the Sanofi BioGenius Canada Award. This is one that I was a huge fan of when I did my science fair. It's provided by Sanofi BioGenius Canada, and it is to be awarded to the top projects in biotechnology, health science, life science category in grades 9 to 12. So we have 3 prizes here for you guys today. It is with an invitation to compete at the Sanofi BioGenius Canada competition and a $100 cash prize. That is also one of the competitions that I was a huge fan of participating in my high school times. Oh, makes me feel so old. Moving on. The winners this year are Maya Honda Granier for coagulation of polyethylene terphthalene or PET microplastics, and which coagulant works best. Next up we have Justin Du for characteristics generation of Canadian PV arrays by machine learning, and Gabby Lee for tree vault. Congratulations, you guys. Moving on, we have the Society for Canadian Women in Science and Technology Award. This here is to be given to a young woman, preferably in grade 8 or 10, or grade 8 to 10, whose project shows a greatest curiosity, ingenuity, and innovation in design. The award is intended to encourage the student's interest in science. A student may not receive this award more than once. So this one here is a $100 cash with a certificate prize, and this year it is awarded to Gabby Lee for tree vault. All right. Moving on, we have the SFU Faculty of Science Award. This one is provided by SFU Faculty of Science, and it is to be awarded to 5 projects that showcase exceptional scientific methods and knowledge. So let's find out what our 5 projects are this week. The winners also get a $100 cash prize. So the first winner here is Ethan Chase for Wave Energy. Congratulations. We also have Maya Honda Granier for, I will get it this time, coagulation of polyethylene terphthalate microplastics. Which coagulation works best? Alrighty, we're getting closer. It's getting there. And our last one is for Matthew Moy for Do Compostable Bags Live Up to Their Name? Congratulations, you guys. We have two more for this category. Our next one is Ethan Chan for Spinal Solution and developing an electronic device to detect cerebrospinal fluid in the emergency room. And the last one for this category is Alexa Foster for BioCard Then and Now. Congratulations, guys. Moving on to our next award, we have Structural Engineering Associations of BC Young Members Group Award. This is presented by sponsored by the Structural Engineering Association of BC Young Members Group, and it is to be awarded to a student at any grade who demonstrate interest, enthusiasm, and understanding in the field of structural engineering. Structural engineering is the design of structures such as buildings and bridges. So there's a whole lot that goes into this. And this comes with a $250 cash prize, and this time it goes to Bella Wang for Do You Need a Seismic Upgrade? All right, next up we have Students' Choice Award. This one is presented by the Clark's Region Product Ltd, and it is as selected by a vote of participants. So we have the award winner here is, everybody ready? Jerry Zhang for using Google search data to assess the risks during pandemics. Very, very on topic. All right, next we have our Ted Rogers Innovation Award. This one is sponsored by the Rogers Communications, and the Ted Rogers Innovation Award are offered through regional science fairs across Canada, challenging youth to show their entrepreneurial spirit by developing a project that demonstrates commercial potential. And this time it goes to Tianlan Sun for TeleEye, a low-cost automated eye disease diagnosis using a novel smartphone fundus camera with AI. Congratulations. Before we move on to our next award, I'm just going to take a look at our chats to make sure that everything's working. And I see that our Facebook Live is back on. So we are all set there. Everything is working. It's reset. Everybody, if you are wanting to go back, feel free. It's up to you. The YouTube also works. And I love the involvement in the chat. There's so much going. I know the Facebook wasn't working, but it seems like it was back up and running temporarily there. Never mind. I got too ahead of myself. But the YouTube is still working, so we're okay. Alrighty. Congratulations to everything. I love the involvement. Okay, so next up we have the UBC Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology Award. This one is to be awarded to the best project in the field of biochemistry and molecular biology, and it is a $200 cash prize. And this time it is provided to, or awarded to, Ashki Shkur and Candice Wong for Let's Amass Some Gas. Still a very good title. Our next project is the UBC Department of Computer Science Award. This was my department in my undergraduate, and it's sponsored by the UBC Department of Computer Science, and it is for a project that demonstrates the impact of the principles and practices of computer science. This one here is presented. We have two. We have a second place and a first prize award. It is the second place is awarded $100 cash, and the first prize is awarded $150 cash. So our second place goes to Thailand Sun for TeleEye, low-cost automated eye disease diagnosis using a novel smartphone fundus camera with AI. And our first place goes to Ethan Chan for Spinal Solutions, developing an electronic device to detect cerebrospinal fluid in the emergency room. Alrighty, we're almost there, guys. I know there's so many awards still left to go, and there are so many students who deserve them. I'm so excited to keep going. All right. Let me just check up on the stream and make sure it is working. Double check if anything is oh no. I'm just gonna see to make sure that everything is continuing to go. Just one moment. Just going to ensure that the live is operating. It seems like we are still on. I'm just going to double check. Alrighty, so it looks like we are still on. I'm just going to make sure that I'm sharing the presentation. Can I get confirmation in the chat that people are seeing what's going on? All right, looks like we're there. Okay, good, we're gonna keep going. Alrighty, so next up we have the, gotta do it here. UBC Engineering Physics Award. This one is sponsored by UBC Engineering Physics, and it is to be awarded to the science fair projects that best embodies applications of physics and engineering physics to providing a technology solution to real-world problems. We have 3 places here. We start out with a 3rd place, we have a 2nd place, and a 1st place. And our 3rd place award is $50 cash, and it goes to, oh, you guys can't see it. Ying Quan Peng for Coro Shield, a physical distancing evaluator for the visually impaired. Our 2nd place award is also $50 cash, and it is awarded to Henry Zhao for DIY quadruped robot with rough terrain traversal. And our 1st place goes to, it is $100 cash, Justin Du for characteristics generation of Canadian PV arrays by machine learning. Congratulations, you guys. All right. Moving on, we have the UBC School of Population and Public Health Award. Now, this one is sponsored by UBC School of Population and Public Health, and it is awarded to the best project that identifies and attempts to control hazards to human health in the workplace, urban, environmental, or recreational environment. This one has a winner of a $100 cash prize, and it is awarded to Stephanie Tamke for Can UV Light Help Us Reuse Masks? Alrighty, I'm just going to keep her going here. Next, we have the UBC Statistics Award. This one is sponsored by the UBC Department of Statistics, and it is to be awarded to the best use of statistical methods in data collection and analysis. It comes with a junior, intermediate, and a senior award. So for junior, we have a certificate as well as a $100 cash, and it is awarded today to Jonathan Leung for a comparison of 2 health assessment methods for Prunus ceracifera or Atropurpurea. We're getting there. We're getting so much closer, you guys. Next up, for our intermediate category with a certificate of $100 cash, we have Amanda Young. How much does the student population of a school affect the spread of COVID-19 within that school? And last, for senior, we have, with a certificate and $100 cash, Victoria Chong for a deep learning AI framework to diagnose acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Congratulations, everybody. Next up, we have the UBC Zoology Award, presented by the UBC Department of Zoology. It is to be awarded for the best project that exemplifies any of the research areas that are the focus of the Department of Zoology, such as ecology, evolution, organismal biology, and cell and developmental biology. It has a 2nd place and a 1st place award. So for our 2nd place, we have a $100 cash presented to Annabelle Lang for using Daphnia to identify the least harmful fertilizers. Next up, we have our 1st place award and a $150 cash presented to Maddie Blomstein for Hungry Hummingbirds. Congratulations. Alrighty, moving on. We have the Vancouver Mycological Society Award. This is presented by Vancouver Mycological Society, and the description is that it's to be awarded to the best related project. All fields of investigation into molds and mushrooms will be considered, such as ecology, conservation, use as food, industrial applications, and more. So our winner for this one is also, it contains a guided nature walk and other prizes, as well as a $100 cash prize. And this time it goes to Richard Chen and Rain Huang for Healthy Mushroom Sugar. Congratulations. We're getting there, you guys. We're so close. Vancouver School Board Award is presented by the Vancouver School Board, and is to be awarded to a project done by a student from a Vancouver School District public school. And this time it is a trophy, and it is presented to Amy Lee for using artificial intelligence to maximize the efficiency of cloudy day solar reflectors. Alrighty, next up we have the W.E. Coates Award nomination. This is sponsored by the Canadian Land Reclamation Association in the BC chapter. And the description is that it is a nomination to be awarded to an outstanding junior or intermediate project related to land, aquatic, or marine environment and or rehabilitation. This one is a nomination for a $200 cash award, and it is presented to Milo Rafael Hamar for Thirsty for a Solution. Next up, we have the Women in Engineering and Geoscience Award. This one is sponsored by Women in Engineering and Geoscience, and it is to be awarded to a young woman or a partnership including at least one young woman who presents and communicates an ingenious solution to an engineering or applied science problem or project by applying their knowledge to science and math. The winner here gets $50 cash. Just going to take a look at our chat so far just to make sure. Oh, congratulations. We totally do have a zoology department. I believe, you know, it's very cool. I actually had a class in there. Very neat stuff. Alrighty, so back to this award. It is presented to Tara Zan for Motion DX, creating an effective and affordable smart pill bottle. Alrighty. Going forward, we have the SFU Scholarship. This is sponsored by SFU, Faculty of Science, and it is an entrance scholarship of $6,000. It is for Simon Fraser University. And this time it is presented to Victoria Chong for a deep learning AI framework to diagnose acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Congratulations. Okay, keep going forward. We have our UBC Science Entrance Award. This one here is presented by the UBC Faculty of Science, and it is to students who present an outstanding project in their respective category. The winner must show creativity, innovation, and originality in this work. This one here, we have a computer science one, which is a $2,000 entrance scholarship, and this one is presented to Amy Lee for using artificial intelligence to maximize the efficiency of cloudy day solar reflectors. Next up, we have an Earth and Environmental Sciences $2,000 entrance scholarship, and it is presented to Yutong Lee and Rowan Ross for a novel approach to bio-friendly microplastic extraction with ascidians. And we have a Health Sciences $2,000 entrance scholarship. This one here is presented to Catherine Diakonoff. Congratulations for battling oxidative stress, the effects of nano-antioxidants on Saccharomyces cerevisiae in response to oxidizing agent exposure. Congratulations. Alrighty, next up we have our mathematics. It is a $2,000 scholarship, and it is presented to, oh, you guys don't get to see, it's a secret. It's presented to Pollen GPS 3, a novel airborne pollen monitoring system by Wendy Fang. Next up, we have our last entrance scholarship for UBC Science, and it is for physics and chemistry. It is also $2,000 as an entrance, and it goes to, oh, I can do it, Brett Caswell for l'eutrophisation les algues dans la présence du phosphate de monammonium. That one's a tricky one. Monammonium et du nitrate d'ammonium. Congratulations, and thank you for testing my French skills today. Alrighty, team, moving on. We're going to our chief. Oh, never mind. These ones here are secret awards that will be offered in just a little bit. So I'm going to take a minute now and we'll go back to one of our speakers. Okay. Next up, we only have our special awards, so I'm going to keep them secret until the very end of the award ceremony today when we announce some other really interesting things. So I'm just going to double check. Okay, so I'm going to share this slide here instead. So next up, we have a speaker once again. Who will it be this time? So did people think about what their favorite quarantine hobbies were? I didn't happen to notice anyone's in the chat, so if you could resend them if you don't mind. In the meantime, I will tell you a little bit about my quarantine hobby that I happened to pick up. The one that I chose to pick up this year was plants. That was my thing. I feel like, ooh, there's one behind me right there on my shelf. They're everywhere. They've taken over my life. And so why, you might ask, is this related? This may be just a little bit of foreshadowing to our next speaker. So our next speaker here, let me see if we have, oh, reading, baking. I love it. Don't worry. The Science Fair Award will be announced later as well. I just want to make sure that I'm not ruining any CWSF surprises. So next up, our speaker is, and I have foreshadowed this just a little bit, so Hopefully we'll see. It is Dr. Bonnie Henry, the Provincial Health Officer for British Columbia. We've had quite a wild time in this pandemic so far, and I think that this is an amazing way to hear from the source itself and to really get a little bit of support for the work that we've put into making this an online fair, both you, students, and the planning committee, and your parents and your teachers. Alrighty, so I'm going to pass it off to Dr. Bonnie Henry.
If we can take only one lesson away from the COVID-19 pandemic, it is that understanding when we work together, even virtually, great things happen. As a scientist and a physician, I've seen firsthand how creative thinking can result in new solutions to otherwise most challenging problems. To all of you, good luck, have fun, and enjoy the experience. No matter what the outcome, know that your ideas, big or small, are going to help shape the future of our province and our world. And no matter where you're joining from today, I ask everyone to remember to be kind, to be calm, and to be safe.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bonnie Henry, for those kind words. I think that that's something that we all really feel like we relate to. And this day and age, when we have our consistent pandemic world, it's definitely been a ride, and we've definitely been working on it. So I'm not going to spoil the next awards quite yet, but I am going to double check to make sure that everything is in check. Also, taking a look at some of the comments, some people had some really, really fun quarantine hobbies. I think that my favorite ones here, I'm just going to read through them. We have reading, baking, sleeping. That's a really good one. I'm not going to lie. Sleeping has been a great quarantine hobby. We have tennis. That one sounds fun, much more athletic than I ventured, but I'm very, very proud of those who did. We have cooking, living, all of it. I'm so proud of you guys. Those are great quarantine hobbies, and thank you so much for letting us know. I'm going to throw a couple of them up here. I like this one. This one is also fun. And let's go with that one. Alrighty. So those are some of the fun ones that I enjoyed. Alrighty, so moving forward, we're getting really close to our CWSF award announcement, and this is very exciting for everybody involved. But before that, it's kind of a little bit of a tradition at our Science Fair Awards ceremony to touch on the ISEF participants. So this is the International Science and Engineering Fair, or ISEF. Everybody who participates in Canada-wide or in science fairs in general has a chance to apply to YSC. Generally, positions are offered through the Canada-wide Science Fair. However, occasionally they have switched things up. This year, BC is fortunate enough to have not one, not two, not three, but 4 participants being sent to the ISEF Fair. I do have to say it is a virtual fair this year. I know that that is a little bit disappointing for some, but I can guarantee it's going to be still incredible and amazing and a very enriching experience. So, I'm just going to double check. I didn't get that. Oh, could you try? Siri is getting very creative. What is CWSF, you may ask? CWSF is the Canada-wide Science Fair, and we will touch on a little bit more as we go into our next set of awards. But before we do, I just really want to congratulate our 4 students from BC and all the students participating in ISEF from Team Canada this year. Congratulations. It's an incredible accomplishment to be making it this far, and we offer all of our support here in BC to send them off and wish them the best of luck moving forward. So next, CWSF. What is it? What's going on? For those who do know of it, I know you guys are very excited to hear who goes, but we'll get there in a second. There's a lot to say about CWSF. This is the Canada-wide Science Fair. Every year, every district has the opportunity to send a variety of Canada-wide Science Fair students to the fair. We send BC students, a variety of fairs send their own provincial students as well. Every year, we have room for a certain set number as told to us. So we get to decide which projects go, and those projects generally do amazing, and we are so excited to do that. I personally went to my Canada-wide Science Fair in 2015-2017, as I had mentioned earlier on in our awards ceremony today. I feel like I know you guys already so well. We've been hanging out for about an hour and 12 minutes. But it was a transformational experience. Even though it's happening virtually this year, I do not doubt at all that it's going to be just as amazing and just as enriching as before. you guys are still going to get to meet like-minded individuals. There's still going to be events and all sorts of really enriching experiences, as well as an opportunity to share your project on a national platform. This is a chance for you to really show what you've worked on and to really represent the province. So I just really want to explain what a transformative experience this was for me. I think that I really wouldn't have made it to UBC Science, medical school, nothing, if I hadn't gone through science fairs and if that hadn't been a part of my growth. I think that I definitely met so many like-minded individuals, and it really helped me solidify my love for science. And I really, really hope that at least some of you come out of this experience with similar stories. I want science fair to be so important to you that it is something that you can come out through and be like, that is the reason. That had changed my life so much. And for me, it had. For me, it was one of those experiences that I still talk to my Canada-wide Science Fair team about. They are spread all across the country now, doing all sorts of really cool education, work, amazing things. And every once in a while, I'll get to interact with one of them. We'll reach out, and it is like nothing's changed. It bonds you so well. That's just a little bit of my tangent about how incredible this was and how excited I am for the team to go this year. So, again, I need to stress this is a virtual fair. It will be still as enriching and incredible, but don't worry, nobody is being sent into a pool of other people. For students, so this is very important, I need you guys to pay attention. If you hear your name announced here, I want you to keep an eye on your inbox. As soon as the names are released and the fair is ended, an email will appear in the email that you registered with for the GVRSF fair. That email will link you to a meeting for which we will be meeting after the award ceremony to go over what it means to be a CWSF student and how to get involved and what to do. So there we go. That's all important. That just needed to get out of the way. And before we move on to actually the CWSF award students, I wanted to introduce you to our CWSF delegates. So usually the delegates would be the group of individuals who would take your students and take you guys away, whisk you away to the university of choice, and then that is the group that would chaperone the students here. However, that being said, even in a virtual environment, these delegates, I am one of those delegates, but these delegates are your point people. We are here to support you, we are here to help, and we are here to take you through your virtual CWSF experience. So those of you who get selected now will be able to also interact with us and meet us, and we will have a blast, I'm sure. That being said, if you don't get selected, again, remember that this is not the end-all be-all. You have years to try again. Even if you don't, it's not one of those things that you should feel bad about for yourself. This is a small pool. This is a difficult thing to achieve. And again, you guys have made it this far. You guys should be incredibly proud of how far you've come. Alrighty, are people ready to get into the CWSF awards? I know people are always very ready for this point. Alrighty, so I am going to set up our screen here and just make sure that we are ready. Okay, I personally am very excited and ready. I'm just gonna make sure that I didn't miss oh, okay, yep, that'll come up. Okay, so we have our CWSF students. I'm just going to scroll forward to that area. We have a series of CWSF associated awards as well, so things like travel scholarships and travel awards that can't be presented until the CWSF students are presented. So that's what's going on here. Alrighty, so for CWSF, I would like you guys to get very excited and to really congratulate the students that you see coming up. Our first student to go to our virtual CWSF this year is Maya Honda Granier for a coagulation of polyethylene terephthalate microplastics. Which coagulant works best? Congratulations. I'm so excited. Next up, who do we have? You guys ready? I'm just teasing. You guys ready? Okay, we're ready. Next up, we have Tara Zan for Motion DX, creating an effective and affordable smart pill bottle. Congratulations, I'm so excited. Alrighty, we have a couple more students. We have Jonathan Leung, a comparison of two health assessment methods for Prunus ceracifera or atropurpurea. We're getting there. The practice makes perfect. I'm going to give a couple seconds on each slide so everybody can take pictures, be excited for each other, which I love. I see that we're also back on Facebook, which is exciting. All right, next up we have Justin Dew for Characteristics, Generation of Canadian PV Arrays by Machine Learning. Congratulations. We have a couple more students and a couple more spots, you guys. Next up we have Henry Zhao for DIY quadruped robot with rough terrain traversal. Congratulations. Oh, there's just a few more spots left. We're so close, you guys. Hold on to your hats. We have Yinquan Peng for Coro Shield, a physical distancing evaluator for the visually impaired. Woo, loving the support in the chat. I am enjoying this. Woo! Okay. Moving on, we have Gabby Lee for Tree Vault. Congratulations. Woo! Just giving a chance to friends and family to shoot messages in the chat. They're my favorite. All righty. Next up, we have Catherine Diakonoff for Battling Oxidative Stress, the Effects of Nanoantioxidants on Saccharomyces cerevisiae and Response to Oxidizing Agent Exposure. Congratulations. This has always been such an amazing moment. The minutes before Canada-wide Science Fair finalists are announced are incredible. All right, next up we have Veronica Guo, a novel approach to decomposing polystyrene. Next up we have Wendy Fang for Pollen GPS-3, a novel airborne pollen monitoring system. Next up we have Carson Dalkey for passive solar heating, and ancient civilizations used it, and we can do it too. Congratulations. You guys are going to have such a great time. I'm so excited. Next up we have Darren Wang for the sustainability and flight trajectory of badminton shuttlecocks. I'm just going to take a look at our chat really quick. I love these ones. Next up, we have Ethan Chan for Spinal Solution, developing an electronic device to detect cerebrospinal fluid in the emergency room. I've been enjoying some of these comments in the YouTube. Alrighty, next up we have Viduni Siriwardana for Synthesize Energy from Recycled Aluminium Beverage Cans. We have a couple more to go, you guys. We have 3 more spots. Who will those 3 last spots go to? The suspense. All right, you guys, we're almost there. We're on the home stretch. Next up, we have Matthew Moy for Do Compostable Bags Live Up to Their Name? Alrighty, you guys, we have 2 more spots. Only 2 more spots. We have, next up, Alexa Foster for BioCard Then and Now. Congratulations. We have 1 last spot for the CWSF. 1 more student, 1 more passionate, amazing student ready to present at a national platform. Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? The suspense. And our last CWSF student is Ethan Chase for Wave Energy. Congratulations, all of our CWSF participants. I am so, so excited to be working with you guys and to see you guys go through this whole process. This is our Team BC this year, or our Team Vancouver. We are so excited to be bringing you guys all to the virtual fair, and I can guarantee it's going to be just as incredible. Don't go yet. We still have a couple more awards to give out, and we also have one last speaker who is, I think, very, very interesting to wrap up our fair today. So I'm just going to swap this guy out here. There we are, and I'm going to get everything set up here to be prepared to present the last set of awards. All right, so next up we have the Chief Judge Award. Now, also to note that while we don't have any physical travel to be participating in, travel awards are also part of participating in the virtual fair. The fair has never been free, but we want to support you guys in doing that. So we've been covering costs, and that is what these awards are doing. They're provided by valuable sponsors, and they're there to make sure that you guys make it. Also, for those of you who did win the position to be at the CWSF, check your inboxes. You should get a Zoom link. It will be there. Just make sure to attend that meeting. If you can't find it, stick around, post everywhere. Make sure you're keeping stuff safe, okay? Make sure you're coming to that. That's super important to making sure that you can attend, and we can get everything set up to do that. All right, so moving on. The Chief Judge Award this year is sponsored by Walter Olson, and it is to be awarded to a CWSF award recipient as selected by Chief Judge of the Fair. Who is it this year? This year it is Carson Dalkey for passive solar heating. Ancient civilizations used it, and we can do it too. Next up, we have the Innovate BC Young Innovator Scholarship. This one is sponsored by Innovate BC, and it is to be awarded to a grade 11 or 12 student who has developed a science and technology innovation with the potential to benefit British Columbia. This is a $2,000 scholarship to UBC. This award goes to, are we ready? I think we're ready. Yutong Lee and Rowan Ross for a novel approach to bio-friendly microplastic extraction with ascidians. All right, next up we have our John O'Connor Award. This one is sponsored by the Greater Vancouver Regional Science Fair, and it recognizes a student that has repeat participation in the regional fair and has increased their project development skills. It was established by a parent advisory committee of Point Grey Mini School to honor Mr. O'Connor. The idea here is that you've grown and developed as a project and as a person, and we're so excited to be able to see that development on our end. And this goes to, this is funds to help support the CWSF travel. This goes to Catherine Diakonov for battling oxidative stress, the effect of nanoantioxidants on Saccharomyces cerevisiae response to oxidizing agent exposure. I feel like I'm learning so many new words. Alrighty, our next one is the NSERC Young Innovator Award. This is once again a CWSF award. It is sponsored by Natural Science and Engineering Research Council, or NSERC, and it is to be awarded to a NSERC Young Innovator, a student who displays exemplary leadership in the science and engineering aspects of their project. So this goes to Veronica Guo for a novel approach to decomposing polystyrene. Congratulations. We have a couple more awards to get through and then one more speech, and we are off to the races. And our next one here is the Society for Canadian Women in Science and Technology, the CWSF Award. This is, again, sponsored by the Society for Canadian Women in Science and Technology, and it is to be awarded to a female attending the CWSF preference to projects in areas of research underrepresented by females. So here we have Tara Zan for Motion DX, creating an effective and affordable smart pill bottle. Okay, moving on, we have a couple more awards to present. We have the UBC Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering Award. And so this one here is sponsored by UBC Engineering, and it is to be awarded to an outstanding engineering project to support CWSF travel, in this case, virtual travel. And it is presented to Henry Zhao, the DIY quadruped robot with rough terrain traversal. And that, my friends, is all of them. We've hit through all the awards. Congratulations to all of those who have worked hard and who have gotten here and who have gotten your awards. But don't leave yet. We have one more speaker one more speaker to speak to you to really wrap up the fair. And I think that the words that they say are really helpful and really incredible. There's a couple things I want to mention. One, thank you so much for you guys for participating and for working hard despite the difficult circumstances. This year has not been easy for anybody, and for some it was harder than others. And I even then want to support and encourage and congratulate you all for the really incredible work that you've done. Going through the projects this year has been such an honor and such a pleasure, and I think that I am always so proud and so fascinated at the work that goes into these projects. So one more time, congratulations to you. No matter what happened here, congratulations. Stick around. We have one more speaker, and then we'll wrap things up. Our next speaker is John Horgan, the Premier of British Columbia. He has some wonderful words to say for everybody here, and I'm just going to get his speech set up. Alrighty, everybody. I'm going to pass it on to John.
Hi everyone, Premier John Horgan here, and this has been a year like no other. Who would have thought we would be in a global pandemic? But I want to recognize everyone taking part in this year's virtual science fair. Thanks to the Science Fair Foundation of BC for making all of this happen. It's an exciting chance to learn from other students right across the province, from the North Coast to the Fraser Valley, from the Kootenays to Southern Vancouver Island. I encourage all of you to pursue your passion for science. We are seeing huge growth in fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I can't wait to see what projects you come up with this year. Keep up the great work and keep celebrating science.
Thank you so much for those amazing words. I think that that really nicely wraps it up, and we will do our best to make sure that he gets to see some of those awards that, some of those projects that he was really excited to see. That being said, projects are easy to find. You can find them all on the GVRSF website. They're all there, and you can take a look to see the amazing work that everybody's done. So I'm just going to address some of the comments that I see. There are some questions about certain awards not coming up again. Unfortunately, because of the way that the world has worked out, certain ones just don't carry over this year. We have been able to offer all of the awards that we've been able to set up, and we are really glad and really proud of everybody for all the work that they've done. Also, thank you so much for the support. I am really glad that this went over with less hiccups than expected. I've had backup plans upon backup plans, so this worked out in my favor, and I'm pretty happy about it. But thank you all so much for coming, and thank you all so much for attending. I am so pleased to have you guys come, and so pleased with all the work that everybody's put in. Couple reminders, please be safe, be proud of yourself. For CWSF finalists, the delegate meeting is happening in 10 minutes, so make sure to make it to that meeting at 6:40. And to everybody else, thank you so much, and I really hope to be able to see you again next year. Congratulations on all the work you've done. I'm very proud. Bye, guys. This wraps up our 2021 Virtual Science Fair. This is so exciting. I'm going to turn off my camera.